The thing that ruins most businesses and lives isn't a bad idea. It's actually wandering focus. Welcome back. Or if you're here for the first time, I welcome you into this space. I am Dr. Autumn Fair. I am the Chief Faith Officer here at Lynn Squared Consulting, and we are walking together through the book of Proverbs this month, all 31 days, one chapter a day, every day this month. Today we are on Proverbs chapter 5. And Proverbs chapter 5 is a continuation of Solomon's discussion of true wisdom. In this chapter, he is speaking to his son, and it reads as a warning against adultery or sexual immortality. But underneath of that, underneath the surface of the thing, is a much deeper principle. And for that reason, I have titled today's sermon, Stay on Your Own One Path. So if you would join me, let's go ahead and delve into it today. If you're taking notes, this is the perfect time for you to grab your pen, your paper as we prepare. Before I get started, I do want to invite anyone who has not already signed up. Please go to len-squared.com/Proverbs31. Sign up to be part of this reading journey, this community of more than 500 women who are walking this thing out together this month. And so before we get into it, I do want us to always start with a reading of the word. Today, I am reading from the NIV, and Proverbs 5 reads as following. My son, pay attention to my wisdom. Listen well to my words of insight, that you may maintain discretion, and your lips may preserve knowledge. For the lips of an adulteress drip honey, and her speech is smoother than oil. But in the end, she is bitter as gall. Sharp as a double-edged sword, her feet go down to death. Her steps lead straight to the grave. She gives no thought to the way of life. Her paths are crooked, but she knows it not. Now then, my sons, listen to me. Do not turn aside from what I say. Keep to the path far from her. Do not go near the door of her house, lest you give your best strength to others and your years to the one who is cruel. Lest not strangers feast on your wealth, and your toil enrich another man's house. At the end of your life, you will groan. When your flesh and your body are spent, you will say, how I hated discipline, how my heart spurned correction. I will not obey my teachers or listen to my instructors. I have come to the brink of utter ruin in the midst of the whole assembly. Drink from your own cistern, running water from your own well. From your own well. Should your springs overflow in the streets, your streams of water in the public squares, let them be yours alone, never to be shared with strangers. May your fountain be blessed, and may you rejoice in the wife of your youth. A loving doe, a graceful deer, may her breast satisfy you always. May you ever be captivated by her love. Why be captivated, my son, by an adulteress? Why embrace the bosom of another man's wife? For man's ways are in full view of the Lord, and he examines his paths. The evil deeds of a wicked man ensnare him. Hold the cords of his sin hold him fast. He will die for lack of discipline, led astray by his own great folly. Whatever version you may have read, that is the reading of the word. According to God, may it bless all the hearers. And so, let's delve into a few minutes of teaching. As I mentioned, at the surface level, because we don't want to skip over that, I don't want us to go past it before we get deep into it. Solomon is simply writing a warning to his sons, a caution. He wants them to take heed to this strange woman, this seductress, the one whose lips drip of honey, but in the end, some versions say, is bitter as wormwood. And then verse 3 and 4 start to paint a more clear picture for us, still reiterating the same thing. On a literal level, it is simply a father giving warning to his son about sexual immortality and adultery. And that warning can stand alone. For chapter 5, that warning can stand alone. And if that's what you need to hear today, and only your heart will know that, if that is the warning God is delivering to you, I need you to sit with that today. Because God takes our faithfulness and our discernment and our inclined ear serious. And if that's the word you need to apply, that's what you have to sit with. But I need you to stay with me. Because although that's what Solomon's talking about, he does something interesting as the chapter starts to unfold. So by the time we get down the pathway to verse 8, he's not just talking about avoiding a person, he's talking about avoiding a path. He clearly says, remove your way from her house. Don't go nigh unto her door. Don't even go down that street. Don't go in the direction of your path. Your past will haunt you. Stay away from it. The word says, don't even walk near the entrance. If you know trouble's lurking, why you keep looking back that way? Why do you keep reading old messages? Why do you keep trying to replicate what you see somebody else doing on social media? That's not the vision God gave you. That's not the instruction and clarity he gave you for execution. 9 and 10, Solomon starts to talk about the consequences associated with it. And they sound less like romance and more like resource management. This is more about it's about your honor, your integrity, your time, your years, your wealth, your labor, and how all of it goes to strangers or the house of strangers. And so what he's describing for us, he's describing what happens when we give the best of who we are, our time, our resources, our love, our years, our yearning, our sacrifice to things that were never ours to build in the first place. How quick are we to inject ourselves in other people's situations and circumstances, to attempt to throw on a cape and go be a superhero in a story we were not invited into or directed into? And so it is for that reason why I titled today's lesson, Stay on Your One Path. Because underneath of the warning that Solomon gives is the much bigger principle. And it is about the danger of a wandering focus. It is about distraction. It is about chasing what looks good in the moment instead of staying faithful to what God actually gave us to steward. Right? We have this great idea to sign up for medical school, and it feels hard. And you somehow reconnect with your childhood friend from middle school, and they're telling you they're getting ready to start law school. And it's an accelerated program. And now you're so quick to abandon this thing you were called to. So I want us to walk through this today. We're just going to talk through it together, not just as business owners, but as a whole woman. Because although many of us are entrepreneurs, some of us are leading ministries. And some of us, as I mentioned, are finishing degrees. Some of us are caregivers to spouses and parents and children who never take the day off. Some of us are leading teams or classrooms. And for some of us, we're doing this thing alone. We don't have anybody else holding our hand in life. There's no partner in the next room for us to go talk to. So I want us to take verse by verse. We're going to walk backwards a little bit. I want us to start at 21. According to my notes, 21 says, "For the ways of a man are before the eyes of the Lord, and he pondereth all his goings." That simply means nothing you're doing right now, not an extra hour, not extra credit, not extra showing up for people, none of it. Not the quiet way you move through life, even for maybe a parent who can't even remember your name, none of it. The days you're building after midnight when the rest of the house is quiet, or you're up working to midnight, building the dream after putting in time at a 9 to 5. None of that is invisible to God. And that is what 21 says when it says, "For the ways of the man are before the eyes of the Lord, and he pondereth all his goings." He sees your entire path, not just a highlight reel. He sees it all. And I want you to take comfort in that today, in knowing that somebody is watching, somebody with a capital S. If you're feeling unseen right now, if no one's checking on you or acknowledging the work, if it is weary and weighty, find sobriety in knowing that God notices. If you're tempted to take the shortcut and think no one will see, God sees it. Honor it. Verse 15 says, "Drink waters out of their out drink waters out of thine own cistern, and running waters out of thine own well." A cistern is something you dig up. It's yours. It belongs to you. And although it might not be flashy as your neighbor's well, as your neighbor's car, as your sister's new house, it's yours. It belongs to you. And it's clean and it has living water in it. And the fact that it's yours and you're digging it on assignment from God is what makes it sustainable. So this is for us. This is for the entrepreneur who keeps abandoning her own slow growing idea to chase the latest fad, to imitate what the latest person who said they did 4 figures this month on social media, because their model seems to be working faster than yours, right? Or again, if we have a student or someone in academia who keeps comparing their timeline, you're comparing your timeline to your classmates, someone else in the cohort. You can't carry a full schedule. Full-time schedule is not your assignment this season. God said, take your time, baby. Pace yourself, right? Questioning whether or not you picked the wrong program or the wrong place. Because again, we're focusing on what somebody else is digging. Stay in your own one lane. If you're the person in ministry who's tempted to copy somebody else's ministry platform, their style, their voice, their instruction, their teaching method, God gave that specific assignment to her. He gave your specific assignment to you. If you're the leader at work, watering down your light, watering down your personal convictions to fit in a leadership style of an organization or your prior leader to walk in their shoes or model it the way they did it because it looked successful when you were beneath them. Do it your way. Do it the God way. For our caregivers who feel guilty, who don't feel acknowledged, who don't feel celebrated, who feel small, who are walking in a quiet season, sometimes barely just getting through the day, showing up faithfully in a season that doesn't look impressive to people watching from the outside. That is still a well worth drinking from. And for all the women doing life alone right now, by choice or force, if you're tempted to attach yourself to whatever relationship or friendship or opportunity is nearby or will simply have you just because you're lonely. Loneliness will sometimes make the water look better. It'll make it look better than it really is. Don't drink it. Don't go for it. Don't ask for any. Instead, trust God to fill your well in due season, even if it's slower than you would like. And so, as we shift from verse 15, which reminds us to drink of our own, to dig our own, to focus on our own, 16 and 17 lead us down a path that asks us a very piercing question. Should your springs be dispersed abroad? Should they be scattered in the streets? Should you share them with strangers, it says? Should you be doing this when they were meant to be yours alone? That is the question about the focus. Where is our best energy actually going? Is it going to what God assigned to you? Is it going to what God called us to? Or is it constantly being poured out by the chasing, by the comparing, by the propping up of things, by the injecting ourselves in stories we were never called to be part of? We're trying to carry and dig somebody else's well when we're not taking care of our own. And then if we go to 21 again, 21 says, He pondereth all his goings. This goes back to verse 6, where Solomon says about the wayward path. It says, Her ways are movable, thou cannot know them. A wandering path is simply unstable by definition. It's going to cost you. And it doesn't just cost you time. It's going to cost you the ability to even count up your own cost, to track your own progress, because you keep changing direction. Every time we look up, you're ready to quit or start something new. Go back and finish the last thing God told you to do with focus. If you're feeling exhausted in this year already, right? Because what you came into the year planning to do hasn't worked out. Is it from constantly restarting? Is there a new strategy, a new marketing plan, a new measure, a new ministry you're modeling, a new routine, a new man? that instability, that wavering and wandering, that just might be the issue, not the effort you're putting out. And then to wrap this up, verse 19, which I love, Solomon uses the language of being ravished always with her love, right? Referring to a wife, to committed love. It's marital language, yes, but it's also a picture of delight in what actually belongs to you. Wisdom isn't asking you to grit your teeth and stay faithful to your lane out of obligation. It is inviting you to actually fall in love. Fall in love with your own path again, your own calling, your own field of study, your own slow season, your own ministry assignment, your own book, your own story to tell, your own season of caregiving or self care, your own life as a single woman. Fall in love with all of those things instead of eyeing the next door, instead of being tempted to go near her next door. So I want us to bring this home across every and any role I've covered today that applies to you, right? Faithfulness is your assignment, even if it's small right now. And that is exactly what verse 21 taught us when he said he's watching and honoring, right? Stay faithful to your own calling because that calling is wisdom. And wisdom is the checkmate move in life. Let your well be filled. Let your well be filled. This season may feel alone. It may feel lonely. It may feel like a dry well, when really it's a well that is still being dug. So, whatever your path may be, whether it's something I covered on the list or not, the same wisdom applies. Stay on your one path. You know what it is you're called to. You know what it is you should be walking out right now. And although it may not be easy, it is yours. It is gifted to you from God. And God is not looking away, even if other people have turned their eyes off of you. In this season, when no one else sees, God sees. And so I want to leave you with um, a thought, a prompt, a question as we get ready to close out. I want you to think about what's one area in your life right now, whether it's the business lane, the relational lane, finances, academics, ministry, leadership, caregiving, whatever it may be. What area of your life right now has you most tempted to wander from your own path lately? Sit with that question. What area of your life has you most tempted to wander from your own path lately? And you can drop me a comment and let me know if you're not comfortable doing that. Shoot me an email. I emailed you a few days ago, so my email's at the bottom. Feel free to email me and let me know. And as always, as we prepare to close, I want to remind you that this is exactly why I continue to show up for you every day. Wisdom is not just about having a journal to write in. It's not just about reading the scripture. It is about walking it out and the application piece of it. It's about taking the word and running with it, getting up and walking. So it's for your business. It's for your bedroom. It's for your Bible study group. It's for your team. It's for the person carrying life solo. Whatever it is, right now, God is with you and the path is laid before you. That's the whole heart of this thing that I do here at Lynn Squared. And that is because the work we do, the building we do, should be done by faith with this wisdom application we're learning. And it was never meant to be separated from your life. It's not just for Sunday service, it's not just for Wednesday Bible study. If it's a hard season, if it's a quiet season, if it's feeling like it's not your season, this is the one. This is the word. Add it as an ingredient to your life. And so I'd like to ask, as I always do, if the teaching spoke to you, there are three things I need you to do for me. One, like the video, it allows more women to get their eyes on this community and to join us. They need us just like we need one another. Two, subscribe so you get the Proverbs update tomorrow and every chapter thereafter all month long. And then the third thing is share this with another woman in your life, someone who you know may need some wisdom, some community, a word. You and you alone may only know what she's carrying. It could be spoken or unspoken. But invite her, tag her, send her the link. And again, if you haven't already joined, go to len-squared.com/proverbs31. Do it right now. Get your name on the list. We will be gathering live virtually this week. Check your email for that link. We'll be online live gathering. You'll have an opportunity to present your questions or concerns or what the Spirit has outpoured into you. And if you're not able to join us in live time, the replay will be available for 3 days for those who have signed up at the website to be part of the community. As always, I'll meet you back here, same time, same wisdom, same journey, same God. I am Dr. Autumn, and as always, I am praying for you to win at both life and business by faith. Be blessed.